Bashir Ama has a lot of time on his hands to talk shop with the club's soccer trainer. Bashir used to make a lot of money by helping migrants across the Sahara Desert all the way to Libya. But when the government cracked down on people smugglers, Bashir decided to call it quits. He now helps fund the city's biggest soccer club.
This is a club of people smugglers. I'm a people smuggler. The vice president is a people smuggler, and so is everyone who's in charge here, and so are the investors.
His experience as a smuggler comes in handy for Bashir's latest business deal. 8 of his players are migrants who had been stranded in Agadez, where Bashir recruited them for his team. Player 66 from Ivory Coast also once dreamed of becoming a soccer superstar in Europe. Instead, Mahamadou now plays for Bashir's club.
If we redouble our efforts, we can make it to the top league. This season wasn't going so well, but next season it's going to be better.
Bashir now tries to prevent them from making the trek to Europe, mostly because it's in his own interest. They are his top players after all, but also because more and more ruthless gangs are taking over Niger's trafficking business.
The routes are checked everywhere at the moment. That's why the traffickers take different routes through the desert, and they're very dangerous.
The traffickers in Agadez have always worked in legal limbo, but many, like Bashir, were reputable businessmen. About 2 years ago, however, Europe urged Niger to pass a law against people smuggling. They imposed hefty fines for transporting migrants in almost all cases. It turned into a business that became too dangerous for many. The only visitors at trafficker Mohammed's office are former colleagues who are now without a job. Mohammed stopped updating information on routes and destinations a long time ago.
Agadez, we're done. It's finished. There's nothing in Agadez. No one can do any kind of business here. No one can sell anything.
According to human trafficking experts, the more established people smugglers in Agadez were also partly responsible for the deaths of many migrants. But the brutality of the business has picked up since the new gangs have taken over. About 5,000 migrants have died in the desert just this year alone. They were abducted or abandoned by their traffickers. Many took dangerous, little-known routes through the Sahara in Niger's northeast. Bashir takes us to one of the hidden desert cities just outside of Agadez, where many of the new gangs are operating from. It's said to be ruled by the mafia.
That's a business that's done in secrecy, and people will continue doing that. Everyone knows cocaine is illegal, but the people still take it.
This visit is not without risk for the former people smuggler. Relations with the new guys are understandably strained. But he says he's well connected, so they won't harm him. He's mostly interested in scouting talent among the hundreds of stranded migrants who ran out of money to continue their travels. Many have been stuck here for months, but nothing seems to deter them from their journey.
My final destination is Europe, no matter what obstacles I run into. I'm not afraid. I'm only going to die once.
In the end, Bashir manages to find a potential soccer player from Ivory Coast and invites him to come to tryouts. It's where he will have to prove he has enough talent to play for Niger's second division. And most importantly, whether he is ready to give up his dream of Europe for now.